forced performance, because he was put up even at that opportunity where he missed the ball. You know, he wouldn't have been home and hosed, but he was halfway there. You know, it's slightly different if you're playing somebody that's, you know, playing beyond himself, which Phil wasn't. And Michael was just petering on the edge, and then from that point on, you give him a sniff, and that's it. He just kicks into gear and goes on one of them crazy runs of sub-15 dart legs.
Yeah, we talked before the match about Milton Keynes back in January when the two met, and Phil missed 7 darts to win that match, and today he missed his chances again. He had a chance 1-2-1 to make it 5-1 when his head hits the pillow tonight. How many times is he going to relive that, do you reckon?
Well, that's the thing at the moment. He will begin to feel this. I mean, this was the key moment. I mean, what an opportunity. It would have been another break of throw, which again pushes him even closer to the winning line. And then Michael comes back and mops up. But for Phil at the moment, when he has got close, I don't think bottling it would be fair. But I think because it's such an issue now, and there's so much riding on a victory over Michael, they must begin to play mind games with him. I mean, he looked frustrated during that match. Afterwards, he just looked totally deflated. And it's really there's been moments in his career where, you know, he's changed darts or tried a different stem flight combination and things like that. But he's actually beginning to get dominated by Michael. And you can see the frustration.
Yeah, and again, he missed another double for 6-5, and again, it could have been another story, but we just kept seeing so many shots of him resigned to losing to Michael yet again.
Yeah, especially you can forgive him on the 1-2-1. He's only getting sort of 1 dart a double, but off 44, you would, you know, normally, I mean, it's so close. You know, it's right on the wire, and you know, sort of maybe 8 times out of 10, he would slot that in, but it's just at the moment they're not having. The darts are still, I mean, I think he's more or less got the darts what he wanted. He'd been fiddling with them because he went to Target, and they've had, you know, they're just trying to get him just right for him. And I think this is the darts he's used for the longest since that period. And he's still not quite there with them. But you know, we're saying that about a guy who's averaging 104.5, and he's not, you know, because we know there's so much more there. But in the meantime, Michael is lifting his game, as we've seen in the Premier League. He had a record-breaking 123.4. Following week, he puts an 116 average in. You know, and Phil will be well aware of that, and he want to catch up. I mean, he's still as competitive as ever, and I can see him at some point, you know, finding a way to raise his game, because that's what he's like.
Well, you say he needs to find a way to raise his game, possibly a mental block now about playing Michael van Gerwen. But what about a sports psychologist or a coach? Has he gone beyond that because he's won so much? For somebody like him, would it be seen as a come down to do that?
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, maybe that could be the answer. You never know. I think it'd be hard for somebody like him. He's so dominant. You know, he's won 80 major titles. You know, what can you what can you tell a man? But I suppose in that industry, if there is, like you say, a psychological block in there, or some kind of fear, because when you go back to those 7 missed doubles to beat him, you know, you think, well, that's got to play its part somewhere down the line. You know, it's got to start to affect you mentally. So maybe that would be a good show.
In so many sports, they do take on sports psychologists and, of course, coaches. But in darts, it doesn't seem that there are that many. Mark Webster's somebody who's had a bit of help, and he's come on since. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of them have, but obviously none of them has been as successful as Phil. So, you know, you immediately wouldn't think of that. But I suppose on reflection, it might be something that could help him.
Yeah. Well, He's certainly still averaging pretty decently, just can't seem to beat MVG. Well, let's now hear from Ned, who's reflecting on that and looking ahead to what is now the final. Stuart Pyke and Alan are down there with him.
That's right, Jackie. I've dragged them out of their dark commentating bunker down to the side by the side of the stage into the bright lights. Here, Stuart Pyke on the stage and out of your natural environment. But it's a good job you're wearing a tie, putting us all to shame with your sartorial excellence on final
Always
stage.
a tie on finals night.
I know, and I never learn, do I? Stuart, you've had the great good fortune. There's a commentator's holy grail, isn't it? Commentating on a 9-darter this weekend, and you've done quite a few in your career.
lucky enough to do 15, would you believe? Richard Ashdown, who is our resident anorak and statistician, told me I didn't know. It's just about being in the right place at the right time. Michael van Gerwen was astonishing. He missed, I think, last year 12 double 12s for 9 darters, but he got it spot on, and he makes it look so easy. You know, we remember at the World Championship as well, Van Gerwen hit a 9 darter against James Wade, and then missed double 12 for another one. So yeah, it's fabulous to do. And I think you get a feeling as well that it's going to happen, and this weekend we got that feeling and we weren't wrong.
Yeah, you weren't alongside him today, were you, Alan? It was Chris Mason who had the good fortune, but you've done it before, commentating alongside this guy. The whole commentary, almost the roof lifts off the place, doesn't it, with the excitement he generates?
You have to get excited, and you do it automatically, really, because you feel it as well as the audience and the players at the same time. I've been fortunate to hit one myself, but actually commentating on it as well is just as good a feeling. It really is exciting, especially with Stuart, because he gets a bit red in the face, and he grabbed my knee at the time, the first time we did it, and nearly pulled it out of socket.
That was a famous occasion at the Grand Slam in 2008, which was the first 9 darter, wasn't it, on ITV? James Wade against Gary Anderson. And Alan and I were doing it, and I think he's still got the bruise marks on his knee from where I grabbed him. But yeah, it's special for the players, it's special for the fans, and it's special for us too.
There's something about a Michael van Gerwen 9 darter that's a little bit distinct from all the rest, isn't it? It's the precision and the energy with which those darts go in. Something about the action itself.
Probably the facial expressions as well.
That's it, the gurning.
The speed as well. I mean, people love to see darts when it's fast, and when they're hitting everything, it looks even better. And Michael van Gerwen eclipses that, doesn't he? I mean, he's done so many things in the game in a short space of time. You actually wonder what else is going to come. He's just kind of winning everything. But I mean, he was slow off the blocks, but we kind of expected him to fire at some point, and he did. And he's in another final again. Yeah,
we've just seen the 9 darter there. I mean, it was a moment of excellence, and there's something else that's a trademark of a Van Gerwen match these days, isn't it? This extraordinary ability to blow quite cold, and then suddenly from nowhere something happens and he just bursts into life. Have you known many players like that in the past?
He makes it look so easy. I think that's the key. It just comes so naturally. That game against Rob Cross, we had the 9 darter, but we actually had 18 perfect darts, because in the leg before he hit 180, 170 out, then came the 9 perfect darts, then he started the next leg with a 180, and he actually won the next leg with a 170. And this guy at the moment, I mean, it's just box office, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
Well, bearing all that in mind from Stuart, Alan, what does Peter Wright have to do to get past him? How do you beat him?
He's got to play better than he has done. Bottom line. I mean,
Peter, for a start,
of course he has, because he's got to raise the bar to a level he's probably not yet produced in the final that he's played in. He's probably done it on the floor. He's done it occasionally on some of the TV events, but not in a TV event final. It's a little bit harder, slightly longer distance, and he's got that thing in the back of his mind that he's not yet won one, whereas Michael will just go on there in his pursuit of victory like he always does.
He came very close, didn't he? The Masters. Van Gerwen winning 11-10 in that final. I think for Peter Wright, it's all about belief. You know, if he can come up on that stage, match Van Gerwen shot for shot, he certainly has the belief. And you know, I think everybody thinks that he will win a major. Will this be his night? We shall see.
Will it nag away at him, Alan, the fact that it's déjà vu, it's history repeating itself? This time last year, same 2 finalists?
I don't think he'd be thinking about last year. He'd be thinking about getting his first win. Because it's happened on 3 occasions now. Well, he's not quite got over the line, and he'll desperately want it. We've all called that he's going to win one at some point. He's getting to the later stages of all these tournaments on a regular basis. He's one of the top players in the world now in characters, with his walk-on and his alter ego. He's just got to get over that line, and then I'm sure more will follow.
Absolutely. And gentlemen, I wish you all the best for your role in the final. I'm sure you've got your words lined up and written down to perfection.
Alan will have his one-liners written down, that's for sure.
He loves them.
Good luck to both of you, and good luck to both the players.